Welcome to my birthday weekend. I'm such a happy girl right now. I'm just like sitting in the sun out here. We just got back from amsterdam. Is that how you say it? I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. It was like a 45-minute bike ride outside. Well, it's still in Amsterdam, but like outside of Amsterdam or on the edge. And it's like on the water, this little town with like fisherman boats, and it was so cute. It was such a fun little like morning trip, and it was a good opportunity to practice biking with the bakfiets, which if you watched my last vlog, you saw that we just got our bakfiets, and I was a little bit nervous to drive it for the first time, but I drove it with both kids all the way out there. So that was like a 45-minute ride, and we had to go over like 2 big bridges to get there. So it was really good practice. I feel like way better about it now, knock on wood. And breakfast was so nice. I love breakfast. Like I will absolutely bike 45 minutes to get a good breakfast. Something about me is that even with a toddler and a baby, I'm still gonna go to cute places, and I know that it's a risk, and I know that they can lose their minds in those settings, and that would be crazy. But I just kind of hope for the best, and you know, sometimes that doesn't go well, and sometimes it does. And today it like worked. There were a couple times on the bike ride we had to like pull over because Remy was crying, and we had to like get him out. At one point Clayton had him like in the carrier on him as he was driving the bakfiets on the way back. So you know, it's not always perfect, but it was so fun and so worth it. And I just love being in that setting and getting to see what the hotel is like. Yesterday afternoon I also bought our other bike, so now we have the bakfiets and then just like the single bike. The single bike is not electric, which is fine. Like I don't mind that, but 45 minutes is a bit of a journey on a non-electric bike, but it was so fun. So we got back from that, and now I just Uber Eats myself something from, what is this place called? I think it's called like Moonchild. Oh, Wild in the Moon. I got it from Wild in the Moon. I got this like protein smoothie and this like pad thai thing. This looks delicious. I'm so excited. I'm just like biking so much. I just want to like sit back here with my journal and my Kindle. Happy birthday to me! Clay and I are heading to birthday breakfast. Well, the boys are with a babysitter before I then head to the spa this afternoon. And it has been such a cozy morning with flowers and candles and a new mug, all my favorite things. Something about Amsterdam is that I feel like all people eat for breakfast are pastries, and like don't get me wrong, I love pastries, but I also like love a real breakfast, and I feel like there's just like no breakfast anywhere. And so I heard that Uncommon Cafe has real breakfast, so that's where we're going. We'll find out. After school snack, and I thought we would catch up really quick because my birthday was yesterday, and it was the best day ever. So relaxing, but because of that, today is extra chaotic because I'm catching up on all the things that I wasn't able to do yesterday. I do find with working freelance, that's one of the hardest things. Like I just don't have like vacation days. And it's just hard to take off work right now with how much is going on in our lives. But I did set some intentions around this. Like I spend a lot of time journaling around my birthday, and a big intention for Q4, last 3 months of this year, is to really create some more space for slowing down. I'm finishing up with one of my clients in the first week in October, which is really good timing because I've told any potential new clients that I'm not available to start any new projects until the new year. And I really have been meditating around this and trusting myself that I know what I need and what my family needs right now, and trusting that I can say no to work or later to work and trust that I will still have opportunities that come to me. And I think that's something that I used to be really afraid of. When you live in a scarcity mentality, you just say yes to everything even when it doesn't feel quite right, because you just are scared that you'll never get a chance again. And I'm learning that I have agency over my life and I have choice, and if I don't like the energy of something, I don't love being a super busy person. I kind of find it annoying. I find it annoying to be one of those people that's hard to hang out with, or difficult to get a hold of. I want to be really present in my life and in my relationships, and especially with trying to make new relationships by being in a new country, relationships for my kids and our family. I just want to be someone who's spontaneous and able to show up. And I'm just not able to do that in my current schedule, or I'm not able to do it to the level that I want to. So anyway, I'm learning that I have agency over my life, and if I don't like something, I can find a way to change it. And yes is a choice and no is a choice. Does that make sense? Saying no is also choosing something, because you are just being protective of the energy in your life. So I'm really grateful for my birthday yesterday because it really helped me have some space and time to really think through these things. I journaled a lot. I asked a lot of questions of myself, did really a good life audit, and I think I shared some of the some clips of those journal prompts. But this massage I went to yesterday, oh my God, this place, it's called Renaissance, and I'll link it in the bio or the description of this video. So this place is gorgeous. It's kind of south of here. It's still in Amsterdam, and I had the most amazing massage, which just is so needed right now. My body is so sore. So that was amazing. But afterwards, before I went into this oxygen chamber, which was a wild experience, I drew cards. It's kind of like a tarot card, but you you draw the cards and they have different symbols and words, and then there's a book that tells you how to draw the cards and then interprets them for you. So I did this, and it was there's different ways to draw the cards, and I decided to draw the past, present, future one. So you draw 1, 2, 3. One is a card that has to do with how your past is affecting your situation right now. The second card is how it's affecting your situation at the moment. And the third card is something about your future. It was so on the nose. I literally my jaw dropped to the floor as I was reading. You then it has a word, and then you read in the book a description of what that word means for you. It was so good. Over dinner, I pulled out my journal and I read it to Clayton, and he was Hope, this is crazy. He's this was meant to be that you drew those cards. It was just a super accurate summary of the past couple of years for me, specifically when I started therapy during the pandemic. And this was right before I became a mother for the first time. And it was right before my Saturn return, which starts right around before your 30th birthday and then ends around now. I just turned 32. I think it ends around now. So it's a couple of years of this cycle in your astrology where a lot of change and transformation happens in your life. And so it's very interesting that I happened to start therapy during that time, and what I was working on was really important to teach me how to surrender to some things that had happened in my past and really accept what had happened and accept it, allow myself to feel grief or anger, whatever the emotion was, instead of sugarcoating it, but then also not seeing myself as a victim and allowing myself to then move past that and be it is what it is, and we're gonna then move past it. So that was surrender. And then many thanks was the present, which is all about gratitude, which I feel so much right now. Anytime someone asks me how I'm feeling about living in Amsterdam, I'm just so grateful. So grateful that we're allowed to live in this country, that we have the opportunity to live here, that we were able to afford to move here, that we are able to get a visa here. Gratitude, so much gratitude. And even thankful that like, even though I'm super busy, I'm like so grateful that I have work, that like I'm able to work, that I'm able to provide for this lifestyle. So really feeling a lot of gratitude in the moment. There was something more there, but you get the idea. And then the third one was about choice. The word choice is so powerful. This is something, a new therapist I started working with after I had my first baby, Nico. She is so incredible and really dove into like the word desire and helping me really understand that there's a lot of good in allowing yourself to feel and desire and crave. And I think that's something that if you grew up, especially in like a religious culture, a lot of times you're taught to not trust your body, to not trust what you desire or what you crave. And that can be very damaging long term, I would say. Hold on, that's Clayton. Is he okay? Hold on, let me wash this apple. So not trusting yourself, your intuition, and your desires is actually quite dangerous long term, I believe. And it takes some time to get used to trusting yourself though. And I'm also someone who has a history of an eating disorder. I mean, I had a pretty serious eating disorder for 10 years. And that is also connected to this like not trusting your body, your cravings, your desires. And so this has been really healing for me to lean into desire as a compass in my life, and that I can trust those like cravings that I have, obviously with like balance and a grain of salt. So anyway, this card is all about like choice and how you have choice in your life and you have agency in your life, and to like really pay attention to the energies that you're allowing in your life. And that has a lot to do with your future. So how interesting that I had just been journaling about making this decision for Q4 to say no to things, to be very selective about the energy I have in my life, to pull back a little bit and have choice over what my day-to-day looks like, instead of just like running with the wind and being like, oh, I'm so busy, like life is so crazy. I'm like, no, stop, we have a choice here. So that was crazy that that card, you know, spoke to that. In general though, it just felt really good to like do this work, to like pause and be more introspective. I have been doing this kind of stuff since I was like a teenager. I love journaling, I love self-development, I love reading, I love asking these questions, like I love getting deep and moody, you know what I mean? It is much more challenging to do that in this stage of life where things are very busy with 2 young children, and I feel like I'm constantly like being touched or needed or talked to, whether I'm like working or like with kids. It's very hard to just get like quiet and time, which is what you need in order to like process these things. So I'm so glad that my birthday allowed me to do that. And then it was like the perfect ending to the night was that we hired a private chef to come to our house, which sounds so bougie, but honestly, it would have been the same cost, if not more expensive, to go out to dinner and hire a babysitter to stay here while our kids slept. And I was so much less stressed because, you know, my kids aren't used to babysitters here yet. So what if they wake up and they're like, you know, upset that there's someone new at the house? So I was like, this way we can just like sit in the backyard, cozy up, have dinner made for us and cleaned up for us. And if our kids wake up, we can like help them back to sleep and not be worried about that. So it was honestly amazing. And I took a shower, did my skincare, and was in like comfy, cozy pajamas while I was eating, which is also the best because I'm in a stage of life where I don't really want to get home from dinner at like 11 o'clock at night and still have to take a shower and get ready for bed. Sounds really boring, but like, I really just like don't want that too much right now. So anyway, Clayton just texted me that he is almost home with Nico, so I'm gonna hear how his day was. There have definitely been some tears around him starting school. It's only 2 days a week and we're really easing into it. Like we pick him up before nap time, which is why he's coming home now for like lunchtime. So we're really easing into it, but it is hard to see your kid like have to learn new things like this, but we're telling him that he can be brave and it's okay to cry. And then tonight I'm going to dinner with some new girlfriends. There's like this event that sounds really cute and they're hosting a dinner. It's like in this like greenhouse kind of space. And a new friend invited me, so I'm excited for that. So,
ABCs in Dutch.
They sang the ABCs in Dutch? Do you remember any of them? How does it go? How do they say good job in Dutch?
Hoopso.
Hoopso! Long